Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Wednesday to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are beginning a second classic team Road to the NBA Finals series. We're going to be under my league, so we're going to do very similar to our current teams in like the NBA postseason brackets, but I just make it up as I go along. And our team, this time we're gonna do the 2000-2001 Los Angeles Lakers team with Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher, Horace Grant, and all the great teams that have competed in this in NBA history are in the classic teams, which is what I really like about it. And we're going to show you the bracket in just a minute. So it's going to be a really exciting series, the 2000-2001 Los Angeles Lakers. All right, here is the playoff bracket. We are the number 1 seed, 2000-2001 Los Angeles Lakers, and we are playing the number 8 seed, the 1997 through 98 Utah Jazz. And if we make the finals, which we probably will, our opponent is going to be the 2000-2001 Philadelphia 76ers. So we're trying to rematch the 2001 NBA Finals, making it the 21st anniversary of this classic duo between Allen Iverson and Tiki Mutombo versus Shaq O'Neal versus Kobe Bryant and Kobe Bryant. So we're going to show you the uniforms, and we'll see you guys at tip-off for Game 1 at the Staples Center. Alright, so the Utah Jazz are going to be wearing their classic 96 through 2004 uniforms on the road in the 3-1-0 and 2-1-3. Meanwhile, for the LA Lakers, they're going to be wearing their classic yellow/gold jerseys from 99 through 2018. So without a further ado, we'll see you at tip-off. Alright, so it is tip-off time here in the Staples Center. So now it is Jeff Hornacek with the possession of the basketball. He's going to pass it over to Byron Russell. And then Hornacek with the possession of the basketball, going to pass it over to the one and only John Stockton. And then Karl Malone and Derek Fisher trying to make that steal happen. So Shaq O'Neal picks up this steal, so now Shaq O'Neal, he's going to make his first 2 points of the series, of the playoffs rather, and Byron Russell's going to pass it over to Jeff Hornacek, so now Hornacek losing the basketball, picking it back up, so now it is Jeff Hornacek losing the basketball, Shaquille O'Neal making that steal, going to pass it over to Kobe Bryant, the Lower Merion High School product. And he did not go to college. He got drafted straight out of high school to the Charlotte Hornets in 96, 13th overall. And he was traded to the Lakers sometime after that. So now Kobe is going to really three the Black Mamba, one of the greatest NBA players of all time. Makes that three. And it is John Stockton, the Gonzaga product, passing it over to Greg Ostertag, and Jeff Hornacek making that layup there. LA has 3 steals and 7 points off of turnover. So now O'Neal's going to pass, Bryant is going to pass it over to Fisher. So Kobe is going to pick up an assist as Fisher makes that 3. Alright, John Stockton makes a 3 happen. So now Derek Fisher going to pass it over to Shaquille O'Neal. And I took a small break there because I wanted to turn up my brightness on my camera, as you guys can see on the court. And now John Stockton, he is trying to make this 3 happen. Will he actually make another 3 without any defenders trying to stop him there? So it looks like Karl Malone going to make that spin move in the paint. So it's now going to be a 7-12 12-7 lead. So now I'm going to pass it over to Derek Fisher, and then Horace Grant going to pass it over to Rick Fox, and then Shaquille O'Neal making this one in for 2 points. So it's now 14-7. So the LA Lakers are up by half. So now Jeff Hornacek losing the basketball, and it is Shaquille O'Neal making that steal. So now Shaquille O'Neal gets this one in for 2. So it's now 16-7. Now it is John Stockton's opportunity to not lose the basketball again and probably make a three from behind the arc. So Utah does take a timeout. All right, so now Shannon Anderson's going to pass it over to Morris. So Morris knocks down a three for the Utah Jazz. So now I'm going to pass this over to Robert Horry. So Horry makes that three, and it's now 18-10 at the moment for the LA Lakers. So now the Lakers, they have been red hot in this whole game. So I'm going to pass it over to Ty Lue. And Ty Lue, who was the former coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I think he's now with the LA Clippers as head coach, makes that layup happen. So it is now 20-10. So Adam Keith gets it in there, and it's now 20-12. So now Brian Shaw is going to pass it over to Ty Lue, and then going to pass it over to Robert Horry, and then going to be using some Derek Fisher. Going to make that three happen for the LA Lakers. So it's now 23-12. And there is a foul, and it's on Robert Horry. It's a reach-in, so this means Utah has possession of the basketball. Where are they going to pass it to? They're going to pass it to Shannon Anderson. And they pick up the basketball. Karl Malone still on the court. And there are 8 seconds left. So he makes that in there. So it's now going to be 23-14. So now we got Robert Horry going to make this three happen before the buzzer beater. We'll see ends in the second quarter. 26-14 is the first quarter score. All right, it is now 26-14. Kobe Bryant, the son of Joe Bryant, the former Philadelphia 76ers player, and he's on the classic team of the 76-77 Philadelphia 76ers. So that is a backcourt violation. The Lakers have possession of the basketball, so the player stepped his right foot at the line, so behind the line there. So now I got Kobe gonna do a crossover, and he's gonna make a backwards dunk in the paint. So it's now 30-14 at the moment. And now Kobe has had elusive talent throughout his 20-year NBA career, winning 5 NBA championships, 2 Finals MVPs, 2 Olympic gold medals, and he has 11 points in today's episode. So now he's going to pass it to Shannon Anderson. So Shannon Anderson's going to pass it over to a teammate, and he gets that in the paint. So now Kobe Bryant with the possession of the basketball. Going to do a crossover. He gets it in there for 2, so it's now 34-16. 13 points to a hot start. He's 6 for 6 in field goals. So now they attempt this steal, and he picks it back up. So now it is Derek Fisher who makes that steal. Going to pass this over to Kobe Bryant, and it looks like Kobe is going to make that three happen. Oh, he does not make that three. It goes out of bounds. The Jazz have possession of the basketball. So evidently, Utah has possession, and they haven't really scored much since the end of the first. And now it is Kobe Bryant making that dunk in the paint for 2, and it's now going to be a 20-point Los Angeles Lakers lead. So he's doing really well today, and it looks like the Jazz are taking a timeout. All right, so it's now 36-18. So now it looks like Kobe Bryant has possession of the basketball. He's going to make that layup happen. And 17 points for Kobe. The rest of his teammates have 21 points in all. And Shaq has made the first few points of the game. And Adam Keefe makes it in there. So it's now 38-20 at the moment. So I'm going to pass it over to Shaq O'Neal. Gets it in there. So it's now 40-20 with 1:36 to go. And Shaq is a elusive, talented player. He retired in the NBA back in 2011, but he's only won an Olympic gold medal one time, and that was in 1996 in Atlanta, Georgia. So now John Stockton picks up the basketball. And Shaq has been an internet celebrity and a TV celebrity since his retirement from pro basketball. And now Shaq O'Neal, the LSU product, gets that one layup in. So it's now 44-22. And it is Shaq with the possession. No, wait. Stockton gonna pass it over to Vaughn. And Stockton will pick up the assist. So now I got Kobe gonna drill this from behind the arc, so it's now gonna be 47-24. And there's 40 seconds to go, and Shaq makes a steal. I'm gonna pass this over to Kobe Bryant. I'm actually gonna try to shoot it from behind the arc. So we get this one in, so it's now 50-24. So we are leading this by halfway. Well, technically 50 divided by 2 equals 25. And Kobe makes that steal once at it. So he's going to go up in the paint, making a Superman dunk. And it's now 52-24. So now John Stockton with the possession, losing the basketball, picking it back up. And now Stockton gets the assist. He has the most assists in NBA history with 15,806. So now Kobe making this in at the buzzer beater. So it's now 54-26 at the Staples Center. It is halftime already. All right, 27 points for the one and only Kobe Bean Bryant. And speaking of Kobe Bean Bryant, he is going to have 30 points now since he drills a three from behind the arc. So now it is John Stockton with the possession of the basketball. So John Stockton going to pass it over to Jeff Hornacek, and then Greg Ostertag and Byron Russell going to pass it over to Stockton once at it. So now Stockton, there is a foul on Shaquille O'Neal. And John Stockton is going to go to the free throw line, makes his first one of the game. Will he get his second one in? Yes, he will. So it's now going to be 57-28. So now I'm going to pass it over to Kobe Bryant. So Kobe's going to make a three happen once at it for the LA Lakers. So it's now 60-28. And we are up by 32 points at the moment. And John Stockton losing the basketball, picking it back up in time. And there's 10 seconds on the shot clock. So now Greg Ostertag makes a dunk. So it is halfway tied. So now I'm going to pass it over to Horace Grant. Going to pass it over to Kobe Bryant. So Horace Grant also did play with Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls. I think he was the first 3 championships with MJ. So John Stockton makes a layup there. So 11 points for Stockton. I'm going to pass it over to Shaq O'Neal. And Shaquille O'Neal gets that layup. So it's now 65-50-32. And John Stockton has possession. Going to pass it over to Jeff Hornacek. Stockton with the assist. So now I'm going to use some Kobe Bryant once at it. And Kobe Bryant slithering like a black mamba dunks that in there. And it's now 67-34. We are up by big points already. So now it is Jeff Hornacek going to pass it over to Karl Malone. Gets it in the paint there. So now it is Brian Shaw going to pass it over to Rick Fox and then Horace Grant. I'm actually going to try to make a 3 happen with him, but I don't think this is going to go in. And no, it does not, evidently. So now it is Hornacek that makes that layup happen. And it's now Horace Grant with an opportunity to make a 3 happen. He does make it in. So it's now going to be 70-38 with 1:28 to go. John Stockton with the possession of the basketball, picking it back up. And then where is he going to shoot this at? Will he shoot it from behind the arc or will he go in the paint? Gets it in there. And it's now 70-40 at the moment. So I'm going to pass it over to Kobe Bryant. So Kobe making dunk there. And it's now 72-40. So we have the elusive talent out of all these teams. All right, John Stockton with the possession of the basketball, and he loses it, and it's Brian Shaw that makes the steal, and Shaq O'Neal making his first dunk of the game. We have been ready to see that happen all game, but it didn't happen at all in the first half. So now Shaq is going to make a steal. He's going to try to make it in the paint with another dunk. So it's now going to be 2 dunks, 20 points for him. 16, I think, were in the paint. So he has not made a 3. Backcourt violation. And it is Laker ball. So that is the Jazz's biggest mistake today. They have been on the backcourt violations. Kobe with that 3. And it's now 79-40 at the moment. So anything could happen. This is NBA playoffs. This is featuring the classic teams. So now they're going to use some Harris, going to knock down a 3 from behind the arc. And it is good. So now Derek Fisher going to pass it over to Kobe Bryant. So now Kobe makes that dunk, and we will see you guys in the fourth quarter. Alright, so Jack Vaughn has possession of the basketball, and it looks like that Ron Harper's trying to make that steal. He has made that possession back, so now we have possession. I'm going to pass it off to Kobe Bryant. This will be his 10th dunk of the game already, and I want him to have at least 5 more so he could have 15 dunks and make him still consider himself the player of the game. And now I'm going to pass it over to Kobe Bryant, makes that dunk there, so it's now 85-46. So now we have some elusive talent along the lines. We are starting to look red hot. I'm thinking we should be able to sweep the Utah Jazz in a 4-0 first round playoff. So now 51 points for Kobe, 9 from mid-range today. And they pick up that rebound, and then Shaq Vaughn, he's got to pass it over to David Carr. So now Ron Harper going to pass it over to Kobe. Once at it, I'm trying to do a crossover there. He's going to make a dunk happen. So it's now 89-48 at the moment. So we're almost at 90. We want to get up to at least 100 some points. And now Kobe Bryant with the possession. If we make this 3, it will be 92-48 at the moment. 2:30 to go in the fourth quarter. So now Harris has possession of the basketball. So where is he going to take this direction to? 17 steals and 27 fast break points for the Lakers. They have been unstoppable all game. And they just feel like they're going to be the number 1 team out there. And they will be once they make it to the NBA Finals. So Kobe makes that 3 happen. And they lose the basketball. Pick it back up though. So they still have possession no matter what. And they're going to pass it over to Vaughn and gets that in there. So now we're going to use some Kobe Bryant once at it. He is going to make a dunk happen. So it's now 97-52. And it looks like the Los Angeles Lakers are going to end up winning this episode, which since we only have 100 seconds to go, Kobe, there is a reach-in foul on him. So he'll wind up being player of the game no matter what people are going to say about this episode. So they're going to pass it over to Shandon Anderson. So now they're going to try to do a crossover here and then makes it in. And it's now 55-97. The Lakers, they have 8 more threes than the Jazz today. So now it is Kobe Bryant making the 100th point of the game for the LA Lakers. And Utah is taking a timeout. We are taking a short break. Kobe Bryant is your player of the game. And we're going to go over the numbers after the game. Alright, so now it's 109-62. So now we're going to pass it over. Davian George and then Shaq O'Neal. We're going to use Ron Harper, who played with the Bulls, and he's going to drill a three. Kobe Bryant is not going to play for the rest of the game because he played most of that game with nearly 70 points. He just seriously has the elusive talent, and that's why his number 8 and 24 are retired. Numbers 8 and 24 are retired. And John Stockton has 19 points, so this will be 20 points if he makes it from the free throw, and he does. So now I think 3.2 seconds to go, I think we should be able to make a three before the game is over. And we don't. Oh well, we still won anyway, and we're going to go over statistics. The final score is 112-64. Alright, Kobe Bryant had 68 points, 2 assists, 6 steals, and 14 dunks on the day. I was really close from having one dunk away, so I was somewhat correct there that he was going to be player of the game. Shaquille O'Neal, 25 points, 1 assist, 6 steals on the day. He did have 2 dunks. He was 1 for 1 from the free throw line. Derek Fisher, 6 points and all 3 assists, 2 steals on the day. Robert Horry, 5 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal on the day. Horace Grant, 3 points in all. And it is John Stockton with 20 points, 1 rebound, 7 assists on the day for him. Chris Morris had 11 points, 1 assist on the day. Karl Malone had 9 points in all. Jack Vaughn had 8 points in all. Jeff Hornacek had 8 points and 3 assists. And it was Greg Ostertag who had 2 points and 1 assist there. So this wraps it up, everybody. He did have a dunk, though. This wraps it up. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in Game 2.